Chelsea nil, Arsenal 1. Don't really know where to start here. Don't really want to be doing this, but that was utterly pathetic today. Spineless, no desire, no idea, no passion, absolutely clueless. Second best in every single department. And then we've got the manager coming out afterwards saying that the lads gave it their everything. If that's us giving our everything, it's going to be a long, long season. I mean, just second best in every single department today. Mount and Loftus-Cheek, awful in midfield. Chalobah and Silva at the back were okay. Just a front line, terrible. I think Aubameyang had 8 touches in the whole game. Sterling completed no successful dribbles. Havertz was shocking. You know, one time we did kind of get in. He had a pullback for Aubameyang, completely fucked it. There's big problems, you know, and the fact that Arsenal completely played us off the park and were miles clear of us it's a big concern for us as a club at the moment. We knew it was bad, you know, it wasn't good under Thomas Tuchel. We knew it was a big rebuild, but fuck me, this is more evidence to go towards it that this is so much bigger than I think a lot of us thought. There's so much to do at Chelsea at the moment. This game was terrible. You know, last game at Stamford Bridge before the World Cup, a chance to sort of move back into 5th place in the table, kind of keep the gap relatively small on the top 4. That's now 1 win in our last 7 games against Arsenal. We're now 13 points behind Arsenal, 13, and it's literally the start of November. You know, even with a drop-off from them, even with us going on a bit of a run and obviously the World Cup, which might stop some momentum, it's going to be pretty hard to finish above Arsenal on the table now. And the top 4 is going to be really, really tricky. But just from the off today, I mean, the lineup itself, I wasn't too annoyed by it, if I'm being perfectly honest, because I was calling for the 4 because of the options we've got available. Chalobah and Thiago Silva was the right ones to go with. Trev should definitely be playing over Koulibaly at the moment. He's in much better form. Cucurella is obviously going to play at left back. No other options there of Chile's injury. And right back was obviously going to be Dave because we haven't got anyone else to play there. The midfield is where I was a little bit unsure. I mean, Jorginho fine to sit there. Kovacic on the bench. I don't know. I've not looked afterwards, but he must have not been fit to start because that's completely baffling if Potter's chosen not to start Kova in this big game, particularly given what happened against United and he had to call on him after half an hour. So, I mean, I presume that Kova wasn't fit to start. Mount and Ruben was interesting in there. I mean, I can see, obviously, Mount always plays. Preferred position is number 8. He was terrible today. And Ruben was probably even worse. I mean, I don't know what the other options were in there. I mean, Zakaria maybe should have been given an opportunity in the middle of the park. I thought he perhaps could have deserved to start. It was a bit of a long shot, but he probably never was going to. And maybe Gallagher in there for a bit of energy and stuff. But I can see why it's gone for Ruben. He's been playing pretty well this season. And, you know, perhaps with that added physicality in there up against the likes of Xhaka and Partey. But it was all so easy. Literally from the first minute, you know, Arsenal it was so easy for them to pass. They just passed through our midfield so easily. And they looked like they really isolated our fullbacks in Cucurella and Azpilicueta, Saka and Martinelli having an absolute field day down that half. And it was, I don't know, it was a miracle how we got to half time at 0-0 because we should have been dead and buried, out of sight. I mean, I can't remember a single chance we actually had in that game that I thought, oh, that was a decent opportunity. We created nothing, 0. We're all over the place at the moment. Arsenal dominated us from the first minute to the last minute. I don't think there was a period of the game at all where we were kind of in it. You know, we settled in, we played a little bit better in the second half, but once they scored, you know, it was never we were never getting back in the game. And we had a bit of a flurry, you know, we were huffing and puffing sort of last 5-10 minutes as you would. But I think it just summed it up that we're chasing the game in the last few minutes and we're knocking long balls up to fucking Raheem Sterling in the box, who's short and is not going to win any balls in the air. It just summed us up. And, you know, I'm not having a go at the manager. You know, it's going to take time. It's a big mess here at the moment. But, you know, come on, let's think about it. Don't wait till we've gone a goal down and then make that double change with Gallagher and Pulisic coming on. Why wait till the goal down? You could see something need changing. Why do managers do this? You know, be proactive instead of reactive. That was something that I was very critical of Tuchel for. Not proactive on subs, always reactive. Potter's subs today were reactive. You could see something needed changing before. Something should have changed at half-time. Pulisic should have been on for Kai Havertz at half-time or Raheem Sterling, who are both terrible. I just don't know today, but second best in every single department. And it's alarming how big the gap is between us and Arsenal. I mean, Arsenal have been a banter club for years and years and years, but now I think they're in 3rd season of Arteta, and look, I know it's helping them. Well, maybe not helping them, but obviously no Champions League, but Europa League arguably a bit more difficult in terms of playing Thursday, Sunday. But I mean, I don't want to refer to Arsenal and compare the two clubs, but you know, I'm not saying they're going to go through a period like Arsenal did and be a banter club, but you can see now how Arsenal have come through and Arteta is kind of starting to build something there. And maybe it's going to take a similar amount of time for Chelsea to sort of get themselves out of the mud, because we are fully in the mud right now, fully in the mud. Too many players not good enough, no identity, no ideas. I'm not sure Potter knows really how he wants to play. The players clearly don't understand what's being expected of them. Yes, I know we've got a lot of key players out. No Reece James, no Kante, no Chilwell now, no Fofana. Koulibaly's been out for parts. These are all big players, but even if some of those play today, I still don't think we win. And I don't really know where we go from here. 7th in the table now. We've got 2 more games. Newcastle away before the World Cup, but we go to City in the Carabao Cup first. I mean, I can't see on this evidence how we win any of these games. I think it's 2 points from the last 12 now available. Yeah, it is 2 points from the last 12. 2 draws against Brentford and United, and then back-to-back defeats to Brighton and Arsenal. Football's a humbler, and we're on a good run, but that's completely forgotten about now. 2 points from the last 12 games. Sorry, not 12 games. 2 points from the last 12 available. That's not good enough. Too many players are not good enough to play for this football club. Kai Havertz, not good enough. I'm sorry, I had enough. Aubameyang, not good enough. We haven't got a proper centre forward. We spent 100 million on Lukaku. That didn't work out. That wasn't the answer. Aubameyang was never the answer. We all got excited. We got carried away. Got 3 and 3. This guy doesn't offer anything. He's washed. Yeah, okay, you put a bit of service and he might score. We don't provide any service. We are absolutely toothless up front. We've got no one that's got anything about them at centre forward. Nothing. Broja's raw. He came on. He looked okay. I still don't understand why we're playing forwards out wide. Aubameyang does not play out wide. Just he's done that in his career when he was younger. That isn't the answer for him right now. That's in effect. That's not the most effective way to use Aubameyang. It's certainly not the most effective way to use Broja. Put these guys in the box and provide them with the service. And we just don't do that. The tactics today were just non-existent. I don't know what was going on. But we're 7th in the fucking table with 13 points behind Arsenal. 13. I don't know what to say. I don't know where to go from here. I really don't. We were getting cooked at, Saka and Martinez were cooking Azpilicueta and Cucurella. It was really difficult at times. Mount and Loftus-Cheek, as I said, were awful. I don't really know what the answers are here. I haven't got the answers. I don't think Potter's got the answers, but we've got to take a long, hard look at ourselves. And this is going to be a long, long season. And if things continue like this, making the top 4 is going to be a really big struggle. And Arsenal are owning us at the moment. 1 win in our last 7 against them. 3 wins in a row at Stamford Bridge. It's their playground. They're taking a piss out of us. And I'm sick of it. Fed up of it. I don't know where we go from here. I don't really know what else to say about the game because we were shit and Arsenal battered us. I mean, quite frankly, it's absolutely as simple as that. And we're miles at the moment. We are a long way off Arsenal, and that hurts to say that. It's embarrassing to say that, but Arsenal are comfortably clear of us at the moment. Yeah, I think I'm going to round it out here. I don't really know what else to say. I haven't really got anything else to say apart from the usual. But yeah, please, the World Cup just needs to get here as soon as possible. We move on to Wednesday night against City in the Carabao Cup and then Newcastle away on Saturday. I'll always keep the faith. But yeah, please get to the World Cup as soon as possible. Take care, guys. Up the Chels.